up a seat to the bar and join us for another episode of McAnally's Pubcast, a podcast exploring the fun and fantastical mind of Jim Butcher's The Dresden Files series. Hosts Tansen, Jess, and Maggie bring you another round of literary analysis on this immense, immersive, and colorful environment inhabited by Harry Dresden, the world's only licensed private investigator and professional wizard. Join an active and engaged community of new and die-hard dedicated fans focused on the fabulous themes, theories, characters, context, lore, and more. This is McAnally's Dresden Files Pubcast, brought to you by Free Flow Rambling. Conjure by it at your own risk. Welcome to the McAnally's Pubcast, brought to you by Free Flow Rambling. This is episode 18.4, The Playboy Mansion, where we are covering the novel White Knight. My name is Tansen, and I'm joined by Maggie.
Hello, hello.
And Jess.
Hibernaculum refers to a shelter occupied during the winter by a dormant animal, such as an insect, snake, bat, or marmot.
Chapter 7. After surviving the blast from the car bomb, Murphy and Harry split up to follow down leads. Harry goes to Thomas's apartment and finds some unsettling items. Wah, wah, wah.
The Incredible Hulk slammed into my chest. Ow!
No, the Incredible Hulk swung a feather pillow into his chest.
Hulk slumber party, you.
My shoulder clipped a mailbox. Ouch. Ow.
Yeah, start the chapter off with a bang.
Or a little bit of a whoop.
I lived, which was a good start to the situation. Like, literally every way he describes this is so just... Which I get is probably very disorienting, but...
Yeah, it's just one of those Hollywood fantasies, though. Like the falsities, like where if a blast is enough to lift you off your feet, it is enough to liquefy your organs.
Oh.
You die.
Oh.
You just die.
Nice.
Interesting.
I mean, I don't know, because, yeah, there is stuff where you do get knocked down from stuff, but I'm sure
like,
isn't...
cuts of force like that, that'll, like, blow you back like that. Like,
Yeah.
from explosions is usually enough to just kill you.
I mean,
Yeah.
he says it couldn't have been a very big explosion. It's mostly centered on the car. But the car itself has things that explode. Gas shouldn't be near fire.
Right? I was going to say, I know it is one of those things like, yeah, like the actual Hollywood explosions are never actually blah, 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 for whatever reason. They're built up or whatever, too. But I'm trying to think about the whole, because, I mean, they think about it, like, again, like with the concussive, that's more like the sound, like the force, like the vibrations, right? Which is, like you say, right? I'm like, well, earthquakes, you know, you can have a little bitty earthquake and it knocks you around and tips you over and you lose your balance and you, right? But it's not necessarily big enough to, like, liquefy your... Right,
Yeah,
so it's
do nasty things to your organs,
it's
let alone your bones. Like,
it's. I guess thankfully I've never been near a lot of explosion-y things. That obviously I don't have much.
we should get that
empirical
coroner on as our guest.
Yeah, I know, right?
Can we just do like a...
Oh my God.
We'll lend you one of us.
I've seen this a couple of times now, but it's a little poster, whatever. And Iceland has a great many number of crime novelists, but not a great many number of like forensic pathologists.
Oh, I saw that just recently.
Yeah, they're like,
too.
there's only one. So she was so busy all the time getting called for like crime novelists on how to that eventually held like a seminar that like sold out immediately and had to like rebook another one. It's like, I can't do my real job because crime writers just keep wanting to know what the...
It's really funny.
Yeah, that's funny. It's like that. It's like, we need that. We need a coroner for this show.
So Harry figures that his act of grounding his magic managed to hex the bomb to go off early.
Yeah, for good, bad, or indifferent.
Thank God he's got anger issues.
Right?
And also, thank God we were driving your car, Murphy.
Oh my God.
What a dick.
Right. As it turns out, ha 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 ha, you're right, Murph. I have control issues. I'm so glad we agreed to bring your car. Gave him a slow, hard stare, drew in a deep breath, and said through clenched teeth, no problem.
And then they both go over if they've annoyed anyone recently. And Harry's like, I haven't. And Murphy's like, really?
You annoy people way more than I do.
And literally, honestly, how could Harry, like, you're actively a part of a war right now. Seriously, you haven't annoyed anyone recently?
Yeah, although, in all fairness, if this was, me and his, I'd probably be like, how do you know it was me, though? I'm sure it wasn't anything.
You're a cop. People get vindictive over tickets.
Right? And really, so much more likely some Chicago thug is going to try and car bomb you than, like, some nasty spirit.
Yeah, right, a vampire can
is
eat
gonna, right? It's like, come on, Merv, obviously.
But
the standard was set with, like, cherry bombs in his pizza, so...
yeah, that's true. Most of the bombings have come for Harry. It's just curious to me, though, because... like, they come to the conclusion, like, maybe it was Beckett. Like, he might still be. Maybe he's also out of jail now and has a grudge. And I just feel like, okay, I get it. You just saw Helen Beckett again. She's fresh on your mind. But that seems like...
That's so dramatic.
Such a jump, though. I mean, yeah, okay, he's been in jail this whole time, possibly festering in his hate. But still, surely there's someone a little more recent that could be top of the list.
Well, I was gonna say, and like, because even he says he's like, well, she was up there with us the whole time. And she's like, what about like Mr. Becca? And I was like, so what? Like, she did notice you when she walked by on the street, and she immediately called her husband and was like, hey, plant a car bomb for me. Like, just in case he comes up here to talk to me, I need an alibi. Like,
it seems so inefficient too. Like, if you're gonna go to the trouble of a car bomb, isn't there anything else that's just slightly easier to murder?
And also,
with?
I don't get the impression that this is a rural street in the middle of nowhere. Like, it seems fairly busy activity.
Not, yeah.
So it was possibly there anyways before they even got to the hotel. And they've just been driving around with it for a while.
It just took that much longer to set off or whatever.
Because I mean, I've never set a car bomb before. I don't know how easy it is. Maybe if you come in with a pipe bomb already built, you just have to like shove it into like a bumper or something and not do much. But
and they would have to know what Murphy drives or be tailing them.
Either or, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I just think I'd see a man crawl under a car and tinker for a while.
Yeah.
Which maybe you mind your own business. You're like, yeah, that's their car and they're having problems or something. I don't know, but still.
Oh, let me just, fix this flat on my car
We
or
did
whatever.
determine he parked in a shadow, or she did.
She did, yeah, sure. That's
one
what you
hell of
get
a shadow.
You don't want to be noticed. People can't notice what's happening to you either.
Yeah, maybe they drank a blending potion.
I was going to say there's any number, again, with my oh-so-superior knowledge from shows I've watched. I mean, like, yeah, you see everything between, like, it being ready to go and them just, like, slapping it on to exactly having it, like, rigged into the ignition, which obviously you would have to do something to connect it to parts of the...
And then making a car bomb, like...
Yeah, but
would it be remote? Like, that's just, that's so, I'd be back to the inefficient.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing, right? And I mean, like you say, with the low-tech whatever, right? Yeah, it's entirely possible that this thing could have been planted a while, because Harry hasn't been doing any. He's just been riding around with Murph, chilling and relaxing. He might not have had enough juju going on around him.
Harry's prediction is that he set it off early right now. It wasn't meant to go off here.
Yeah, it was meant to go off when they got back in the car. Right, but yes.
But yeah, so if it's an ignition starter or anything else, but, yeah, so who knows? It could have been set, last week. I don't know.
Yeah, like you say, right? I mean, like, there's that, or exactly like Dan was saying, is like somebody nearby with a remote.
Somebody's just following around with a kill switch, waiting.
Right, yeah, it could have been sent on like a 10
giggling in a corner.
So, okay, fine. Anyways, regardless of all that, Murphy's whole plan you go away, Dresden. It's easier if I just answer this by myself.
Yeah, she's just taking time off. She's like, I'll just, yeah.
I get it. Make it seem like somebody's targeting a cop. That's a pretty easy alibi or whatever, than drag Harry into this. But I don't know. It seems almost weird. It's just easier if there's just one of us answering questions. I'm like, but it's not like Harry did anything illegal right now. But okay, IA's breathing down your neck. Why are you hanging out with the wizard outside of work? Maybe, but... Again, Harry, you have to go and do things for this book, so you can't be tied up answering questions from police. But Murphy's reasoning seems a little bit weird to me. We do everything by the book, and I'm such a good cop, and you should leave. I'll just say that, yeah, you're like, if other people mention you, it'll just be like, I don't know, some random passerby. I don't know. My head's exploded by a bomb. I don't know.
Murphy's just learning by at this point. She's like, I keep trying to do things by the book, and it's
every
just not worth it.
Every time we lock you up, Harry.
Yeah, it's just,
again, she knows that if he's there on scene, he's got not a great rep with the rest of the department, so it'll be like, what must be something nefarious.
I can see from Murphy, because obviously at this point she knows and trusts. She's like, she knows there's not any secondary whatever, right? She doesn't need Harry's side of the story, and it is just going to take longer. Like, I sort of read it as part of it being that, like, if there's just one person answering questions, there's nobody else to corroborate the story. Oh, well, you said you came out and turned right, and she said you came out and turned left. I just don't know my left from my right, but it becomes a whole thing.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying they weren't doing anything shady to have, like, need to corroborate the
Yeah,
story.
but I think that's almost part of why is that Murphy is like, it doesn't fucking matter. I know that the details don't matter. So rather than get bogged down in somebody who's going to want to comb over the details, let's just pretend there's nobody else to question it other than what I say happened. Right. So is that true? They don't have to, right? I just kind of
I hope the hotel doesn't have cameras.
Yeah. That's why I parked down the street in the shadow. Keep up.
Yeah. Touche.
So they divvy up their follow-up. Murphy's going to find out about the Becketts and the body while Harry goes to talk to his brother.
Although even that I found as a slightly, because when she brings up, she's like, Mr. Beckett, and he's like, oh, you think he's out already? I'm like, well, if she's out, because you obviously just saw her walk past you and talk to her, why do you assume that he's not? Like, that to me just seemed kind of like a funny thing, too. I'm like, especially because, doesn't
Would
he
they
say...
have been sentenced together?
Well, that's the thing. They would have had two different court cases, and maybe one jury was ruder than the other.
I guess, but it's just kind of like, obviously, right, there was something to that degree happen.
I get it, but it was probably something
especially
like,
because I'm like, isn't he the one where he's like, she's the one that shot me in the hip, and she's out already? So I was like, how did he get a longer sentence?
I don't know.
For whatever you guys were involved
One was a getaway
in.
driver, and one was not a getaway driver, and it was two different things. I don't know.
They had a driver. Neither of them were the getaway driver, and they were both above that.
And her name was Jenny.
No, it wasn't.
Darn. She worked for the Becketts at the airport.
She did, Linda.
Ugh, whatever.
Yes.
Harry takes the L train back to his apartment to be greeted by a grateful gargantuan, Mr.
Great.
Followed up by the other behemoth, Mouse, who apparently insists on mail delivery.
Isn't that cute?
Do you remember in skills training Jane's dog that used to
Yes,
deliver?
the chocolate lab.
This dog was trained. What Jane would do is put treats inside this envelope and whatever correspondence that she needed, and she would say, bring this to Carmen. And the dog knew which person would take it, go off, drop the envelope with them, and they would open up the envelope and give the dog a treat.
Yeah, it was pretty cute.
Interesting.
Except I don't think this one had the ability to hip check a door.
You know.
Well, yeah.
It was clever. Like, that was a smart dog. Knew the individual names of who to deliver to.
Yes, yeah. That was the impressive part was that knew where to go to. And then, it was like, But yes, this is the cutest thing ever. That he's like, oh, I forgot the mail. Mouse, will you go get it for me? So Mouse is like going to take himself out to the bathroom and then go get the mail and then come back.
Very self-sufficient dog.
Very self-sufficient dog.
Really doesn't need Harry for much.
No.
Pay the rent.
No. He's just lucky he's got that kind of mailbox setup. Well, the easygoing dog too. But I mean, again, Mouse is a big dog, but if you had one of the, mailboxes mounted up by the house number, I feel like that would be harder for him to get into.
Just how wet is that mail going to be afterwards? Like,
that's the other thing. I mean, I don't know. He's not super slobbery.
Yeah, but it's going in his mouth regardless.
Yeah, but it really does depend on, because dogs can easily pick up things and move things around without getting them super slobbery.
Fortunately, this one's smart enough to Probably. Shake
what does he care?
First.
Turns out it's just Best Buy flyers and Larry Fowler running. Which, by the way, I think it's funny and I get the running joke and I like, but it's also funny because I think he brings it up in like book 1 or something like that, where he's like, despite like me writing them copious amounts of letters, Best Buy still sends me. I'm like, who fucking knows? Best Buy's not reading that shit. Nobody cares that you wrote them a letter to tell them to not send you a flyer.
But does he know that?
Like, okay, you don't know how junk mail at all works. Like, come on, everything's is even if it's addressed to you.
Well, he doesn't watch television. He's got the time.
I know. I think it's just hilarious that he thinks it's actually going to do anything. Like, they don't care. They just fucking
deal
put
with
a
it like
flyer
the rest of us.
Everybody's mailbox.
Mail that nobody wants.
Right? Seriously, don't give a shit. Even if you put no flyers. Like, they pretty much still, I think. It's like the post office has been paid to put a flyer in everybody's mailbox, so like we have to put a flyer in your mailbox.
It's basically the only thing that pays post offices anymore.
But anyways, yeah, I just think it's funny that he's like still was like upset that all the other junk mail you don't care about that you get from the 10 mail and other places, but you're like, goddamn Best Buy. Like, I can't buy video games anymore and they just keep taunting me.
So Harry tries calling Thomas, but there is no answer. So he digs out Thomas's spare key and...
I like that Thomas gave him one.
Go.
Harry does this whole explanation like, oh, it's basically for emergencies that we have keys to each other's places and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know.
Cute.
My sister's never given me a key to any of the places where she lives.
That's because your sister knows you.
And what's that supposed to mean?
I would like to take this moment to remind our audience of the numerous pranks
Rubber
Jessica has claimed to Like breaking into your boss's house and like stashing stuff all over their house or rearranging their knickknacks or, like you say, planting 10,000 rubber duckies.
Do you know, I'm really surprised when you cat sat here that you didn't do something like that.
That you found yet.
Did I not, Tanzan?
Oh, no.
You just may not have discovered it yet.
Interesting.
So to answer your question, yeah, that's why people don't give you keys.
I've got keys to your place. Okay, so Mouse and Harry go to Thomas's and decide they need an arsenal, a.k.a. his jacket. That's crazy to me.
Heavy jacket. What time frame is this again? Like, is this still summer?
It's summer, yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
But of all the places, Thomas's house? Come on, don't you trust that guy?
Yeah, but it's on the way. He's got to get there. He just had a car bomb go off, so...
And he did do a sweep of it. I was appreciative that he did check
at least
his
he
car
checked his
before he
car,
left.
yeah.
Like, is this one going to blow up too?
It might be Murphy targeted.
Right?
This might not be about me.
Right. So it turns out Thomas's apartment is very spiffy, and he's in the Gold Coast. I did a little bit of Googling.
Google foo.
And this is the Gold Coast is where the Playboy mansion was.
Checks out. I was like kind of wondering where that title came from.
Yeah.
I was like, we haven't met it, but okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, you know,
Gotta
we've
do
also
it.
got our, brotherly Playboy.
Is it still the second most expensive neighborhood in the world?
It just says that there's still affluent places and that it has been affluent since like early 1900s kind of thing. That it was when the Great Fire happened that it ended up being moved to there
And just has stayed on top ever since.
but it has always been where the money is.
Makes sense. And apparently it is right across the street from
Cabrini Green.
Cabrini Green.
God damn that place.
That's where he assumes his brother is. Oh, he's just in like the nicer built up portion of the slums. And he's like, no, wait a minute. He's across the fucking street. Wait, what? What?
The beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area.
So he says he's got one key, and he uses the key to... In any apartment building I have ever lived in, you have a different key to the front door than your apartment. It's never the same key.
But they have security out front. So.
Yeah, but it still seems even... So why is he even using... He's got a doorman. Shouldn't the doorman be opening the fucking door for him? Why do you have a doorman if you still have to use your key to open the door? Do you see how... I don't understand
It's less a
rich people.
doorman and more of a security man, okay? You still have to get in the door
Doesn't
before you get the
say
service.
that, though, because doormen...
It's not New York, okay?
This is right. This is where, like, the lifestyles of the rich and famous just don't add up for me. We have a doorman, but you still need to prove that you live here, so you have to use your key to open the door, but then I'll, like, hold it open for you once you... I don't know.
We're both too poor to know how
Right,
the
I
rich
just
mind works.
don't get how this, and exactly, and it's like, yeah, you've all got, because the front door key is the front door key, so everyone in the building is the same front door key, and then you each have your own individual apartment
Security.
key.
I'm sticking
So
to the security part.
how
They
can your
have
key
people to
open
do that for
both?
them.
I don't know, man.
It's too much effort to have more than one key for a rich person. Who knows?
I don't know, man. It's just, it doesn't check out.
Yeah, he gets up there. The place is pretty Spartan to begin with.
But chic.
It proves to be at least the consummate bachelor with the evidence of his fridge that has beer and frozen dinners.
It sounds like my kitchen, only without the beer.
I'm sorry, but dark red walls and gray carpet is like the fucking spookiest vampire hibernaculum I've ever heard of.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The walls were painted a deep crimson, and the carpeting was a rich charcoal gray. And I get, so everything's all shiny and chrome, and his kitchen's all white, but
Sounds like a 1950s diner. Death diner.
Not enough checker.
I'm like, again, like an accent wall. I don't know if I can see all of it.
Yeah, all of it.
It's hard for me to. I always tend
And
to.
that's gotta be custom. I mean, rich people have some weird as fuck taste, so maybe not, but still, that's weird choice.
Right? It's one of those ones that the picture of this apartment always comes out more of the stark, the white walls, and then like the chrome and white furniture. It's not the big crimson, like you're saying, like maybe one wall, but I don't see like gray and crimson, because you're right. I'm like, no, I just see it mostly as being like a sterile white with like shiny chrome.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't
bits
take the
on
word chic and apply it to dark red walls,
This
gray.
is definitely
It
not
was-
Martha Stewart living.
It was the room of the Madison where I found Tommy Tom and Jennifer Stanton. Like, that was all red. And again, not really chic and modern either. Again, that makes you think like, yeah, Playboy, Love Hotel sort of thing.
Sex
with the
down
crazy
Lighter rooms, generally speaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sex habitualum. What?
Hibernaculum.
Hibernaculum. What did you say?
I don't know. Apparently Tansen habitually has sex in hibernaculum.
We all have our tastes. Okay, so
But yes.
Thomas really living it up without a wizard. We got DVDs, we got video game consoles, we got stereos.
A giant TV that Harry couldn't even fit in the car to get there or whatever. It's, yeah.
But yeah, the two posters. Wizards of Oz, The Pirates of Penzance.
Kevin Kline.
What is the meaning behind that? Is that to impress girls? Or is that because those are the only two movies he's ever liked? It's just two very strange choices. Pirates movie, amazing, awesome movie. Wizards of Oz, horrible, boring, terrible movie.
Wow.
Well, I mean, if we are going with the, you know,
You just get them like
what we get
free
for
from
the
Best
next-
Buy.
I was gonna say, I think maybe you're missing the point on.
But are those just to attract girls? Why those two films of all?
I
Wouldn't you
would
expect
say
like
it has
romance
nothing
movies?
to do with attracting girls, Jessica. That's the whole point.
Oh, right, because he's gay.
Tell me, Jessica, have you ever heard of Friends of Dorothy?
No,
It's fancy
Okay.
free.
no, I have
Little
not.
light on his feet.
Is that a colloquialism for being gay? You're friends with Dorothy.
Judy Garland was
Very
Yeah, she was very-
LGBTQ friendly.
yeah.
Oh, I see.
And she married a gay man, didn't she?
I don't know.
Really? But that became code.
I see. Okay.
Are you a friend of Dorothy?
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Without getting the, yeah. So Dorothy, Wizard of Oz, Yellow Brick Road stuff, all
And the
is,
music theater trope has always been.
and the music theater trope, and
Sure.
Yeah. yeah.
Okay.
So I
with
think
it.
I think that part of it is just it's very much leaning into his minimalist aesthetic here. Plus, there's just very right, Wizard of Oz, very classic.
And we've
Pirates
got
of Penzance, right. So
Also got to keep the joke going that
and-
people keep mistaking Thomas and
Exactly.
Harry as,
So it
as
just-
boyfriends instead of brothers.
yeah, so it just I think it works.
So
on
moving through this apartment, this doesn't seem like Thomas. Everyone's confused. He opens up a random room. There's the slob.
There's the slob I know and love. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm like, again, I can get very behind this, you know. It's like you got to keep the public areas like looking neat and tidy, and then your room though is like, no, that's my room. No, hands off. I'm gonna just close the door.
The second bedroom, a little bit creepier.
Just a little.
The office/armory.
Oh, yeah. All for the want of a pen and paper. If Thomas had just had a fucking notepad next to his phone, or, you know, whatever, had been home, and Harry didn't want to just leave him a note after all of this.
And the
Yeah.
most suspicious part of all of it is that there are photos of all the victims.
Oh, that Harry's just been brought to the attention of and looking into all of these. And even more suspiciously, without the police markers. Which means all of these had to have been taken before the police showed up and documented the scene. Why would somebody be at all of these crime scenes with dead women before the police had gotten there?
So
It's a
this
little weird.
does line up with the whole witness of a beautiful man with the
we've seen a
victims
beautiful
prior.
man running around.
And I love how he's just got everything else. He's like, oh yes, he's got like his computer in the corner. And then like he's got like a couple other tables lining the walls, all for like weapons. he's got a couple guns out that he's in the middle of like disassembling and cleaning. And then the other table is all for retrofitting these things to go from like legal semi-automatics to fully illegal automatics. And
It feels like a scene from like the Terminator movies where they've got
yeah, I know, right?
the back room and like the false wall, and then boom, all
Yeah.
the weapons are
Yeah,
hitting.
exactly.
Well, even in Teen Wolf, the Argents, when they owned their own property and the whole basement was an armory, that made sense. But after like a bunch of death happened in their house, they're like, let's just get an apartment. And then they still had an armory. I'm like, how did you get this through building security and stuff? Like,
Right? Yeah, I
suitcase
love.
after suitcase after suitcase of bricks.
I was gonna say I love that even in just those where they have like all the secret compartments, and you know I'm like, yeah, I get when you have like the 200-year-old mansion that your great grandfather pirate.
I just have the funniest vision right now. Is like a vampire without his teeth.
My name is Dracula.
I want to gum your blah. Your great pirate grandfather that built all these secret smuggling tunnels into. But it's like Thomas's, revamped apartment in the gentrified Greeny Green. I'm like, how do you have like 6 fucking hidden walls in this place?
Wraith Mansion made sense.
Just flirts his way through
this place. Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah, right. Like, who just,
Look at
like,
my
this is what you get when you have the super
Step
secret
1,
deluxe.
lick the security guard. Step 2, carrying your gun.
If you know, you know. You just think you're nouveau riche. You're just renting a swanky penthouse. If you're really in the know, though, you're going to ask when you sign the lease, you're like, hey, where's all the hidden compartments and sliding doors and false bottoms so I know where to hide all my art/weaponry for when I move in for real.
No kidding.
While Harry contemplates the danger of this board being there, security comes along with the police.
Although, can I say what is the other most suspicious thing about this? Is that his laundry is folded and ironed. That I don't buy.
I know.
Everything else.
Thomas has also found some brownies.
Well, he has a service,
Oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe this...
laundry service.
Okay, yeah. That I will, baby. You'd think would be like in bakes and shit.
Or just, a maid. Don't go in my bedroom or the murder room. Otherwise, you're good.
So I was going to say, it's like everything else is neat. Everything else is a total mess here and there, except for I'm like, Thomas doesn't even fucking know how to... Thomas doesn't know what an iron is. You're telling me he's ironing his own clothes?
Yeah,
Oh, the irony.
Okay, yeah. All right, but yes.
We're good. I can...
Knock, knock, knock.
Ding. And can I just say, too, I was wondering about this. So he has his first heart attack when the phone rings, and he's like, ooh, maybe it's security checking up on things. Again, okay, do y'all remember what floor he went up to?
13th or 16th? 16th.
He went up to the 16th floor, okay? So there's minimum that many floors in this, okay? I don't know how many, but the average apartment, you've gonna have a few on each floor. So he doesn't apparently talk to this doorman/security guard or whatever. He walks in is like, I'm just going to act like I'm supposed to be here and go right on up. How the fuck do they know? Even if I'm like, okay, they looked at the elevator. Great. They know he went to the 16th floor. How do they know like what apartment? So how does he know security would be phoning up to that apartment? I'm like,
And they're
have they
watching on
just...
the cameras.
Security cameras in the elevator?
Yeah. Well, Harry mentions, he's like, well, I could see security cameras between me and the elevator. So I guess, it was probably security cameras in the hallway, too.
I guess maybe, is that all it is? They're just watching which apartment he goes up to kind of a thing? Because I was like...
Harry himself says, I know they
Yeah,
don't
he
recognize
does.
me, so...
Yeah, you're right. I kind of forgot. He does mention about, like, security cameras and stuff like that. But I was like, I'm like, they just spent, like, the last 10 minutes that he's snooping around, like, phoning every apartment to be like, somebody there, somebody there, somebody there. Oh, this is it, because I was like, how the fuck does he know what apartment they went to?
No, because
I wasn't thinking
they
about,
would've-
they would have had it probably on the floors as well, not just in the elevators and that.
And they probably
so.
wouldn't have been worried if he was, like, knocking on a door and the people were there and let him into the apartment. They probably saw him let himself into this apartment and said,
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, that I sort of forgot about the camera thing. That was what I was... All right,
Knock,
fine.
knock, knock. Security and the Chicago police.
Room service? I didn't call room service.
Housekeeping.
Thank you so much to our Patreon subscribers for your generous support. It's people like you who help us keep doing what we're doing. If you're not yet a Patreon subscriber, sign up today and get a fuck ton of bonus content, kick-ass merch, behind-the-scenes outtakes, and more. Sign up today at patreon.com/freeflowrambling.
Chapter 8. Harry makes up a flamboyant story for the building security and accompanying police officer. He's asked to leave the premise, but before he goes, he asks a tagalong to make mental notes. So Harry decides to use the decorations as inspiration for a very fabulous
It's a cute moment. He's like,
display.
how am I going to get out of this? Oh, wait a minute. Thomas has already set it up for me. And again, once again, Jessica very subtly reinforcing it here.
That's one hell of a response to somebody entering that has a key is to call the cops right away. Like, holy
that's
shit.
seriously.
Disproportionate. Like, if I were the cop, I'd be like, for real?
Right?
So
They
the
had a
guy
key.
has a key, went directly to the right apartment, opened it, and went in. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly right. It's not like he was was trying 17
Honestly,
doors before he found the right one.
This is Chicago. They have cops.
As rich
it's not
people-
like here in Canada where we don't have cops, where you call them 3 days in a row and they eventually just send a sergeant to tell you stop calling 911 because I don't have any officers to come help you.
Right.
You know,
It's okay, folks. As you can
in
see,
Chicago,
she's still alive.
you can call whoever you want for any reason and they'll just send a cop to hang out. Who
No, that's
cares?
not true. Once again, this is the rich neighborhood, okay?
Thank you.
Call the cops as often as they want and have
Murphy,
people
what's
show
our
on.
response time?
Neighborhood has
On
a
paper,
division
about
that's already
4
paid
minutes.
for.
Yeah.
In reality, probably like 13.
But yes,
Clearly, it's a slow day, okay?
clearly. They're like, whatever. So now Harry has the interesting point of, I don't want to make a big fuss because if they decide to come in and poke around, I don't want them finding out. I can't just be like, sure, come on in, because, oh my God, there's actually something to hide now. Thomas is going to kill me. Not only have I just come poking around, I could have blown this whole thing for Thomas and been like, dude, I was living my life.
I don't know what you're up to, Thomas, but I trust you, okay?
I do like the nod to the ongoing joke of the
relationship between the...
Thomas has set it up. Butters has set it up. Everybody believes it already.
Right? And Harry doesn't have to lie here, right? It's just like, oh, so you and you, well, we're something. We live together in this little place. I'm like, oh, you're right, it's all true.
guess, yeah.
It's just, right? So Harry doesn't have to rely on his super terrible lying skills
Yeah, I
to
guess
get
I didn't
right.
even think of that those are actual factual statements.
Yeah, right. Like for a year. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, technically by this point, you have known Thomas a couple of years and you were living in a tiny place. You did get a dog. You had no idea how right, exactly. It's just how you spin it all makes it perfectly work out where he's like just leading you to think of it in a different circumstance to what it actually was.
Yeah. And just as Harry thinks he's going to be busted by this police officer, Mouse provides some much-needed distractions from more questioning.
Thank God. Look at the cute dog. Would you like to shake paws?
Here, Mouse comes to save the day.
Yeah, so Harry's doing pretty good and trying not to go too over the top and make it too, right? But the cop is just that little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I again, the whole, guess I'm not used to dorm or anything because the guy's like, right, he can recognize that the key is branded or whatever, an original key. He checks it against the thing, so they must have marked down. And all of that is still not good enough. So he's like, you have the actual original key. You knew what apartment you were coming to. You went in, but he still didn't say you could be here. And
Part of this building is security, okay?
I have to say, what the fuck is with this building? So Thomas, I was like, you, because they're like, our tenants pay for security. So I'm like, you obviously must have known that this place was this insane. You just gave him a key without putting him on any fucking list and being
Yeah,
like...
that's also weird that Thomas never decided to write down his name, but maybe...
Thomas is like,
maybe
I didn't authorize anybody to come in, but I handed out my keys,
I take
but...
that back. I was gonna say maybe Thomas thought it would be an excuse for Harry to give... It'd be an excuse for Harry to give a fake name, but Harry did just hand over his driver's license to prove his identity, so I guess that wouldn't work either. I don't care, but, you are across from Cabrini Green, so maybe,
I was about to make that point, too. I was like,
Maybe it's not the first time that they've had some issues.
You've got Black Court vampires running around everywhere, knocking on doors. Oh, please let me in. I found this key.
Well, I was going to say, see, they need an invite in, so they couldn't get in if they stole your key. They'd still need to be invited in. That would be right?
But that's why the doorman can't be there to say, yes, come in, let me get the door for you. It's like, no, you try your fucking key and then we'll talk. And then Harry didn't talk. I don't know. I agree, security. I would not be this polite. And I understand why Harry has to be. But yeah, assuming there wasn't a murder room in there, I would be much more ruder than Harry's being.
Well, and probably so would Harry. Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, it's like he says to Molly when he's...
But also, even for me, when customers want to be extremely chatty, that's such a red flag to me. I'm like, okay, you came in with somebody and I can't see that somebody, but you want to have a conversation with me? What's the fuck is the other person? And usually it's filling their backpack. So this fucking cop just going along with the conversation and being so open. And I guess she gets a little bit more suspicious at the end, but she seems way too willing to talk to him for this moment. And I'd be like, as a cop, that should be setting off red flags and being like, why are you so talkative? And maybe stereotypes are doing all the heavy lifting, but still.
I don't know. It's probably Because on the one hand, I
smelled
get
a
it.
rat. Okay,
well,
but
yeah, but see, that's what I mean. I'm like, there's not to know. Again, yes, had there been somebody else potentially still snooping around the apartment while Harry was keeping them busy, but it is only Harry.
I get that, but still.
So I'm like, there is also that thing of suddenly
He's a
when
little
you've
bit too
got
forthcoming, okay?
cops there. I know, but then you do also get nervous when cops and are like, oh, I'm not doing so.
Start babbling.
Yeah, it's a little, I don't know. But yeah.
Well, security does come back with Harry's license and does still ask him to leave. And Harry asks for just a few moments more. And
I just gotta pee. Can I please pee before I go? Like, hello. Which, again, part of me is like, they're ushering him out of here, but they're like, okay, yeah, we will both go away and leave you alone for a little while longer in this apartment. Like, then what's the problem with him being there, you know? Even if they, like, waited at the door, like, okay, sure, go pee, but they just leave. They're like, okay.
I kind of would have expected a little bit like an escort out, because that would be their duty of care.
I was going to say.
As security, if you're going to ask, you may as well make sure.
Yeah, if you're going to be making this big a deal of him being up here alone, then fucking stay with him. Don't leave him alone any longer. And if he's okay being alone, then why did you just make a big stink about everything? Like, yeah, it's
a lot of work to have to go back up to chase him again. Right?
I don't know. Yeah.
And even after all this, the fact the security guard is still like, okay, but you do have to leave. Wouldn't he have taken him down to the lobby anyways to do any of this? If like standard protocol was still, you have to leave. Why don't they all just go to the lobby?
I was going to say, why don't they just, you
Whatever.
And your ID come down. I'll take
weird
a copy
fucking place,
but
okay?
I don't know.
Which is why it makes me think the security guards may be making it up on the spot and being like, I still don't trust this guy. I'm going to come up with another reason to get rid of him or something, but whatever.
It's actually got a crush on the cop and is like trying to like just...
Right, it's typical. Just try and be like, oh.
Oops, another reason to call Aaron.
Yeah. But, yeah. But thank gosh for bigots and stereotypes and prepresumptions, as we apparently just filled in for this whole entire episode. Whew, good thing that worked. So yeah, basically feed them a little bit of what they think they want to see or what they think they already know, and they don't look any further. And he does have kind of a funny point here too, like the security guard, because yeah, she's like, I don't know, it still seems weird. He's like, an NBA-sized thief who works with a dog, like, come on. You know, I was like, yeah, that does seem like an unlikely kind of feeding.
Which what he should have been saying to himself before he called the police in the first place.
Right.
So many things. But it's an impressive amount of almost slurs in like the following conversation as the cop and it like stereotypes as they walk away.
Yeah.
And manages to fit in like 20 there.
Yeah.
I mean, it does push movement in the story, like that he's not sticking around waiting for his brother. He does have to like move along, literally.
On, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I guess I don't need to leave a note.
They're gonna know I was here.
I should have just done that in the
But
first
I
place.
seriously would love to see Thomas's face when he gets home and A, finds out Harry was here, and B, well, he knows about the murder room. I'm gonna go find my brother the next day.
Probably. Now, see, you have to wonder, because Thomas doesn't have the same finesse for
Investigating or...
that and magical stuff, right? So yeah, so Harry is, for instance, earlier in this book, he can be like, oh, there's messages written on the wall, and it's, right? Thomas can't do that, right? So has Thomas set up his own little thing? Does Thomas know? Does he have any way to know where? Or is he just like, I know my brother. He poked around every corner of this place.
Oh, I'm sure he knows his brother went in
he-
every room.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, does he have any way of, has he taped, like, the piece of hair to the door frame that, you know what I mean, to know, like, which rooms he's been in and out of, or does he have to...
It's an apartment. Who cares? It's like 4 doors. It's not a labyrinth.
It's not a lot. No, I'm not saying he would have gotten lost, but I'm just saying, like, okay, who knows when his...
To leave a message to Thomas, I've been here? No, I'm sure he knows he's been in the fucking apartment.
Obviously,
The fuck?
he knows that, but yes, whether or not... Because like I say, Harry almost didn't find the murder room. Okay, is my point, is that he's like, living room,
He was just being
kitchen.
lazy.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, okay, haha, yeah, this is his apartment, okay, whatever. And then, yes, the only reason he snooped, right? So it's just, I'm saying, because again, like you say, if he's got his maid or whatever that comes in, does Thomas leave all of his own little, like...
Oh, see if anyone went in.
Yeah, right, his own little
Whatever.
home detection things. I was going to say, he's just be like, oh, fuck, well, Harry was here, I'm just going to assume it's a given that he, but... Anyways,
Before Harry leaves, he does go back into the war room and makes a request of Lashiel to take a memo for later.
take a memo.
Which I'm sure she did anyways, but yes. Anyways.
He had her locked down so tight, there's no way she was getting
Nope,
any of that.
she's such a good girl. She listens
until
to the
he
rules.
invited her out. Yeah, she's... It's not like she mocked those defenses when he, first put them up or anything. Not like Corpse Taker was like, oh, this is delightful. They're still teaching you the sable drivel. Yes, I'm sure, of course, Taker thought it was secure, then last shield's gonna no way get around.
This concludes our episode 18.4, The Playboy Mansion. Thank you for listening. You can find us online at freeflowrambling.com and McAnallys.ca. There we have links to our other podcasts, social media, and other fun tidbits. Please subscribe if you like what you're hearing, and please consider supporting us through Patreon to keep the magic alive and to see more content. We are Free Flow Rambling. Conjure by it at your own risk.